Yeah. Coming to the ring, we got Steve Johnson, that dude, one half of the Memphis Train. And that's right, ladies, they will train you.
Pop and lock, Steve Johnson, that dude, always looks ripped. His opponent right now, El Leon, who looks tremendous himself. And we'll see how this thing breaks down. El Leon probably going to go for more of a lucha libre style, and we're going to see if that can overcome the power of Steve Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Heart of a Lion, El Leon. Should be an interesting match. One second, I'm going to leave it to you real quick. I got to grab my phone.
All right.
All right, well, I'll
Nice.
be right back. Referee, we got Lena Anderson. Let's go, Lena Anderson.
The referee sounds the third person in the ring. Referee Lena Anderson there in the purple and black. You see that dude, Steve Johnson, squaring off in the red and gold against El Leon. Center ring now, Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Modified Northern Light suplex, Aurora Borealis. High crotch, goofing a slam that time. Steve Johnson sneaks in the jab. Irish whip. El Leon comes back, puts the brakes on. Backhand knife edge chop that time. El Leon sends his man for the ride. El Leon ends up in the corner. Side headlock that time. Steve Johnson now. Reversals on reversals. Counters on counters. It was so nice he did it thrice. The triplet of the European uppercuts that time, and Steve Johnson actually going to convalesce here for a second. Pop and lock outside the ring. El Leon doing much of the same inside the ring as now these two great combatants start to taunt, start to mock one another. Standing switch that time, look for the belly-to-back suplex. The German wasn't able to get it.
I'm back. How's it looking in here, Rackton? So what's going on?
It's looking tremendous. It's been very evenly matched. At one point, Steve Johnson went out to the arena floor, not sure if he needed to or if he just wanted to taunt. And really, for anyone just joining us at this point, if we're grading on stats, I'd say it's 1-1.
You know, Steve Johnson, a wrestler, and El Leon, a luchador. This is a very interesting matchup here. Uh-oh.
Well, it almost reminds me of when Bret Hart went over to Japan and faced Tiger Mask. Obviously, Tiger Mask not from Mexico, not a luchador, but much of the same style, that Japanese junior heavyweight pure wrestling style.
Right. Look at Steve Johnson.
Well, and we're seeing a lot of showboating, a lot of taunting here.
Oh,
El Leon has seen so many guys dive over the top that he was aware of it, goes for the German again, and once again, Steve Johnson has the easy counter.
Steve Johnson missing whatever he's going for. I think El Leon is a little faster than he anticipates.
Ooh. Right face lock that time, standing vertical. In Japan, they'd call it a brain buster. Actually didn't key the lock the way he should have on that arm bar, and I think it's why El Leon was able to get out at the speed which he did.
Yeah, then he also got a whole handful of afro. Oh, how's that arm bar?
Oh, yeah, Steve Johnson, that's a flying Jujigatami. A lot of times people talk about Toby Khan Judan, which means the master of the flying submissions. We just saw it there. Steve Johnson looking very much like MMA legend Shinya Aoki.
Very much so. Now he's just tearing this man's chest. Ooh, slap contest. Now, who you got your money on this matchup here, Ragnar? So that's what I want to know.
I mean, this thing is still so close. I think I'm probably going to go with El Leon. But Steve Johnson looking tremendous. I mean, this is a pick-em.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Steve Johnson. Big fan of that dude.
That time what we saw, it was the Greco-Roman style belly-to-belly overhead suplex, nicely executed. And Steve Johnson now rolling his man over, maybe looking for a submission, not getting it. Irish whip that time, and the high hip toss from El Leon.
Of course, Steve Johnson, he wrestled in college himself, so he knows his way around a hold and a suplex. But, man, it's really good to see him out here. Oh, that lion bit him.
That bite of the lion, now we see the crimson mask on the face of Steve Johnson, and we're going to have to wonder what that's going to do to the spirit and the conditioning of Steve Johnson, as El Leon now Maestro cradle.
Steve Johnson's leaking all over the place. Oh, my goodness.
There was a rope break there, and Steve Johnson on the kick out decided to roll back out. I mean, lot of guys,
thank goodness for that rope break. I don't think Steve Johnson was going to make it in that submission too long.
Oh, no, I think that would have been it, that royal clutch. But all of a sudden, your face is covered in blood. It's very hard to see. It's why in less tough combat sports, once again, as we see that Juji Gatami, the referee will actually stop the fight as we see the ground.
He's upset about this bite. He's throwing full punches. Close fist punches are illegal here.
And now elbows, those are always illegal. Right back to the mat. No, this thing's broken down.
Once a man bites you, all bets can be off there. I do firmly believe it.
Oh, yeah, first guy to tell you that will be Evander Holyfield.
Oh, yeah, he certainly would be.
Steve Johnson back outside the ring. We talked about the freestyle suplexes versus the Greco-Roman. That was a freestyle suplex, hooking the leg that time. Over the top victory roll.
Nice victory roll, but
obviously you're not going to get
that win out there. You got to get back in that ring. And Steve Johnson stopping that man.
El Leon saying somebody was going to end up on the short end of this ping pong match and decided it wasn't going to be him.
That's right. Smart man. Didn't fall for that count out either. He's like, no, sir.
Nope.
Can't believe.
Outside in. Vertical suplex that time from Steve Johnson. El Leon staying hungry, staying on his man. Steve Johnson.
You got to be thinking the longer Steve Johnson stays in the match, the worse it's going to be for his condition. Uh-oh, this is not going to be good.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. He might have just crushed that man's spine. He picks him back
Avalanche
up.
Style, belly to back suplex.
I thought he was going to go for a pin there, but he picked him back up.
He wants more.
He really did not like this man biting him. He was not a fan of that. And look, he's right back to the ground.
No, this thing has gotten real personal.
It really has.
I mean, we talk about his amateur wrestling background. I mean, one of the things is he's a great wrestler, but we've heard rumors that even in the amateur ranks, he would lose his temper.
Steve Johnson, that dude. Oh, my goodness gracious. What did I just see? Did he just break that man's jaw in half?
Oh, it was a nice face breaker. He took that one all the way from Greenwich.
Woo. You're not lying.
Ooh.
The blue blood would be proud of this one. Oh.
Rolling knee bar that time, neglected a heel hook. It was a rope break that saved El Leon, or he might have tapped there.
Steve Johnson is really taking this man apart, like piece by piece.
El Leon that time thought about flying, actually looked and assessed the situation, decided that his man would not be there when he got back, put the brakes on. Very nice wrestling that time from El Leon.
El Leon's specialty, flying, I think it's the flying tiger claw something. It's a running heavy attack. I know when I've seen it before, it almost like a leg guillotine. And I wonder if he's going to pull it out on Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson, while he's taking this personally, he better be very aware that El Leon is a very dangerous man under that mask.
Well, we talked about how having your face covered in blood plays into a match. We saw just a couple of moments ago Steve Johnson actually trying to climb the ropes, and because of the blood and also the sweat on those ropes from earlier competition, slipped off.
Oh, got him again. Caught him looking.
Again, drilled him with it. Looked like he killed him with that move. So beautifully executed.
Oh, nice nice reverse water wheel drop there.
Oh,
These
yeah,
guys
it was
are
like
staggering to get up.
Almost like a released Northern Light suplex he got with that time.
El Leon doesn't know where he is.
Back up. Now he's on spaghetti legs here.
Oh, reversal. Oh.
And these are just hard strikes. I mean, these hopefully are open-handed, but I mean, those look like close-handed strikes, and this thing's really broken down. And if one belly-to-back avalanche didn't do it, Steve Johnson says the second one will.
Oh, my goodness.
Snaps off that Frankensteiner, drops the knee. El Leon on top of his man, only got a 1 count.
And look at Steve Johnson. He really did not like El Leon taking advantage of him up there.
Oh, no, and at this point, I'm starting to wonder if Steve Johnson wants to bust open the head of El Leon.
I think that's exactly what he wants to do. I think he's wanting to do that ever since he bit him.
I mean, you got to give him credit. He's a tremendous amateur wrestler, but also his striking and the range has been on point.
No, let me tell you, Steve Johnson is usually all about the dancing, but like you said earlier, that temper is definitely taking a hold of him, and he's really just being brutal to El Leon here. I mean, the guy did bite him. Oh, and he bites him again. And look at the
We got some great referees in this league. Well, once you get that taste of blood, it's hard to go back vegan.
He let him go before the referee even got down there, though. Early on, that was a sneaky bite. That second
Inside
one.
clutch that time. And second time we've seen it real close to the ropes. El Leon floats through the vertical, and once again the rolling knee bar.
El Leon's knee is not going to be too good after too many of those. I'll tell you that. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. He might have to become a mat wrestler after this one just because he won't be able to stand.
That's right. But this ring is covered in Steve Johnson's blood. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably can't see it too well because of the way we have our mat colorized here to try to hide some of the blood, but a lot of the blood is on this mat from Steve Johnson right now.
Well, it's almost as we see these guys taunt like it's a reset of this match, but it's also going to be a final push from both competitors to put this thing away.
Oh, he missed. He knew he was going to miss. He did not believe in Steve Johnson. I thought he was going to use that opportunity that he had with his opponent closest to him to do something, but instead he's in the corner eating these European uppercuts. Oh,
yeah. And drop the knee. And the thing about strikes is we see the victory roll. The thing about strikes is if you throw 10 of them, but you only connect with one of them, if your conditioning is good, then that worked out for you.
I don't think you want to do that against a luchador's conditioning, though.
I also don't think you want to cross a body to concrete.
That's true, too. But Steve Johnson is definitely on a mission here to be petty, it seems like. They only had a 7 count. Uh-oh.
Flipped again, and after what we saw earlier, I mean, these wrestlers now so cognizant of not being counted out.
Did you see Steve Johnson? Yeah, that's true, too. He tried to climb that rope, and that blood in his eye wouldn't let him. He fell right down. What's El Lion doing here?
The springboard lariat that time almost reminded me of Air Pillman back in the WCW days. El Leon, for some reason, not staying on his man.
He's gloating. Look at we got a dance contest. Nice. Double knee to the chest.
Oh, yeah, his tribute to Tiger Mask. A moonsault knee, standing switch that time, release German. Standing switch the other way, once again.
Oh, that's what he holds.
German.
Lets him go.
Almost got him, 2 and some change.
Oh, came up a little short there. You got to get a little bit closer. You got to get in snug for that move. You got to believe in yourself. Steve Johnson, of course, the 5'15". I believe that's a small medium. Oh, nice reversal here. El Leon.
Beautiful. Diving splash, sometimes that's enough. Countered that vertical suplex almost into like an arm trap DDT.
Nice hip toss there. It was a very solid move. And now he's just taking this man apart. That's going to be a rope break.
We talk about people stomping the yard. He's kneeing the yard.
Oh!
It's insane. Modified Franken driver into the maestro.
You really got to drag your opponent away from that rope if you're going to get away, or fight him in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, same pin in the same part of the ring. Didn't work out the second time. Diving press.
Might have had enough time to recover there. Steve Johnson takes another one. Oh!
And once again, it's that head scissors driver.
No, nothing doing. He got up, though.
He's really going back to some of the same stuff, and you have to wonder if Steve Johnson had a little bit of time there to recover as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. The blood on that 2 tells me that he only did so much recovering.
When you see both of these men now gasping for air, this is when you get into the gut check portion of this fight.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, nice roll through for that pin.
That'll be it.
2. Almost had him there.
Close.
I don't know which way this is going to go. I'm going to be honest with you, Rackton. So either way.
Well, no, like I said earlier, this is a pick'em. This could go either way. Both men now down as the referee initiates the count. I mean, it's really going to come down to who executes a better pinning combination or is able to hit their signature hold.
Ooh, that's true, too. He went for that rolling elbow, but he didn't give himself enough room. Oh, no, he went for a high splash.
Flash out of the corner.
That's not going to work. That's going to be a rope break.
No, it was a cross-arm tiger suplex, but another rope break. He really needs to keep this match inside of the ring.
This man's got a lot of animal-themed moves. I got to give him that.
Well, you know, and
that
it's
one.
not talked about enough, but luchadors are outside fighters, almost like boxers. So many of their strikes come from the top ropes, whereas wrestlers traditionally in this sport like things in the center of the ring. So that's probably why El Leon is doing so much stuff.
Oh,
behind
nice
the
head
table.
scissor.
Oh, yeah, snapped off Le Quebrador Conilo.
And again, he let him go before the ref saw what was happening. El Leon's a sneaky, sneaky man. Missed that head scissor again.
Magistral center ring.
Woo! 2 count.
Almost had him. Yeah, a lot of the time when El Leon is wrestling in Mexico, you'll see some of the fans bringing signs that say Rudo to suggest that he's rude and he actually cheats and takes shortcuts in these matches.
Mm-hmm. Not doing him any good here while he's taking these punches to the face from Steve Johnson.
Oh no, talking about shortcuts, that ground and pound is a great shortcut to a concussion.
Quick hook to the face. Steve Johnson is winded, but he will not give up. He is relentless.
Oh no, Steve Johnson might want to transfer to a different combat sport.
Oh, we got blood on everybody now. Hey, he finally busted that man open the hard way.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you're wearing a mask, as we see the Bulldog, and you start bleeding under it, sometimes it can almost have like a waterboarding effect. Lateral press. Makes it so hard to breathe, and people really don't think about the heat that comes out of your head and how you get so hot in the mask, and you can't see out the side of your eyes. A lot of credit you've got to give to some of these luchadors, kind of keeping some of the traditions of Lucha Libre alive.
Yo, this man is chewing on his face. Oh, look at this. And the referee's not even getting a chance. Oh!
Well, I mean, at this point, the refs let one guy do it. The refs got to let the other guy do it.
These guys truly don't like each other here. Look at this madness. Oh, goes for a pin.
Inside cradle. And a lot of people would call the move that we saw about 30 seconds ago an STO. It's actually a judo throw, a judo trip called an Osoto Gary. Tiger Mask floats through, and once again, that knee bar.
Goes for that rope, though. Smart man.
Yeah. And credit to the man in the Tiger Mask.
Almost.
For even going for that rope break. Both men down again.
He wants it so bad. I believe the 515 from Steve Johnson is the small plus medium. That's his big finisher move, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off either. Both of these men are trying to do something.
Standing switch. Nice over the top.
And he's been getting a lot of rope breaks tonight.
Once again into the ropes. And guys come from other leagues, and they're used to other styles, and they don't really adjust to our rings and how we do things here. As we see another face breaker. It's the third of the night.
Steve Johnson's loving it.
I think Steve Johnson's calling his shot here. Machine gun chops, shades of Kenta Kobashi, puffs the afro.
Nice man hadn't dropped there. I thought he was going to run into the special from there, but no. Goes for the running knee.
It's a nasty knee, too.
He puts his whole body into it. And look at Steve Johnson is hunched over. He is so exhausted right now.
This thing really becoming a war of tradition and a war of attrition. And really, this is going to come down to a survivor more so than a winner.
You might be right about that. Oh, Steve Johnson again.
As we continue to see these shots, we hope that medical personnel is ready for these two guys in the back. They're going to need cut men. They're going to need flashlights to see if there's any concussions.
It takes him down here. Oh, look at this. Now, of course, those are open hands.
Takedown.
Open hand slash to the back of the head. Yeah, so that's not illegal.
No.
Uh-oh.
This looks familiar. Fisherman.
Oh, put that man away. Steve Johnson.
The same move that we just saw Golden Boy Antonio Colt use earlier. Very interesting.
Steve Johnson, it's funny, they both have the same move, but they both have their own variation of it.
Yeah, different variations, different styles, and Steve Johnson here going ham.
Look at this man. He's just in his own world right now. This is unnecessary. Breeze and salutations.
Well, and this is the kind of nonsense really you hate to see. And Steve Johnson continuing here on El Leon and celebrating. What a brutal fight that was.
That was he does not have to look. He's got a light tube. This is unnecessary. What's going on? I'm all right. I'm over here streaming some wrestling. It's a good night. My daughter's farting on my couch.